Club. GMSR awaiting in the winners finals. They play the winner of this here. And again, that series, if you missed it, definitely check it out on the Twitch spot as soon as possible, especially. But game number 3, I mean, holy crap, we're still working off of that. But anyways, we got game number 1 finished here. Obviously, Stay Green winning the first one. Played it very well. IG, they're looking for a comeback. And again, they are a team that has and can compete with Stay Green. In fact, they're basically their practice partners too. So these two teams know each other very well, to say the least. Once again, I'm Breaky, joined by Beef here as my co-caster. So here we are, moving along. What were the bands? Scout, Ophelia, Dampier, and Keeper coming out. And then Kraken the first pick, Engineer the response, Tempest followed up by Bubbles. Going to be happening here, so.
Going to be some strong picks out of Stay Green once more. This might seem a little familiar.
Everything is the same so far.
This is exactly the same, yeah.
It sure is.
So IG, I honestly wonder if IG was like, let's go into this with a redo, but not suck as much.
Fail.
No, okay.
Rude.
They do go with the prisoner one right now. Okay. I'm sorry. Cinnamons has asked me to not criticize them so much. So, yeah, everything was really shiny and rainbows. No, I mean, IG, they went in with a plan and they weren't able to execute it properly. There was mistakes made by multiple players, and Stay Green, they ended up remaining tenacious throughout the entire time. They kept on persevering even throughout a rough laning phase in both the top and bottom lanes. But I don't know, man. The Internet Gangsters, they got Prisoner at 945 now, and I do not know how this hero is going to stack up against SG's potential lineup. You don't really want to be pulling a Kraken on top of you like you might want to like pull like a Pebbles or something, because Pebbles is really squishy. But Kraken's like, I'll just drop a Kraken on your face and charge away, and then you will be the one that is dead. It's kind of the same with Tempest. He'll turn around and hole you. So it's an interesting pick coming out of IG, but they're feeling like this is going to be their shot to winning that middle lane.
Yeah. We'll see with the prisoner. We'll see if that works out or not in their favor. But moving on to the bans now, we got 2 bans from either side out of the way. More Sandwraith, Corrupted Disciple, Drunken Master, and Ravener. Again, the Drunken Master, if you're still kind of wondering about that. IG actually ran that twice against Stay Green, defeating them 2-0 in the previous cycle of Han Tour a couple of weeks ago now. And they've also popped it up a couple of places here and there, and clearly they know how to make it work. So Stay Green taking out a comfort hero for them, is safe to say, on top of the Sandwraith, but very carry-heavy band here. Ravener on top of that, of course, just played last game by Stay Green, and definitely another star hero on the scene. So one more ban on either side here. We'll see where Stay Green goes if they stick with that carry presence route, maybe the Moon Queen, maybe something else. Nymphora is going to be banned, actually, and we've talked about the last game. Insania loves playing the Nymphora, so they're not going to give them that option. Slither is the final ban by IG. They did not have a fun time dealing with him. So we are at least going to have different hero picks coming out here with a couple of those bans. But Stay Green, they still have the possibility of something like a Pebbles, a Rally even, could be coming out here. So we'll see what they end up going with. Deadwood possibly going back to that old school. Probably not.
No, that's not going to happen. Yeah. I think that the Rally or a Lodestone are actually real possibilities here for Stay Green. I think they'll want to dodge the Prisoner Engineer lane middle, and I think Lodestone's probably their best option to do that because he's not affected by the shackle and still has the tanky presence to actually make it out of there alive.
Yeah.
With that being said, they could run the Suicide Kraken then to be put up against IG's short laner, Tempest on his jungle, and of course Torture holding down the short lane with whatever other hero. But okay, they're going to maybe not do that. Warby's probably going to be their Suicide, which means that Kraken will probably hold down his short lane. And against the Bubbles, Kraken will absolutely 120% crush a Bubbles in that short lane, especially if Torture is there. Finishing off with a Rally right here for Stay Green could give them an interesting team, but we'll see if that's what Swindle wants to do or not. IG's next choice could weigh heavily into that decision.
Yeah, the funny thing is, speaking about the Warby's Suicide and the Kraken, sure, you say, okay, so Chessie, Kraken, Limp, Warby's. No, they actually do it the other way around. They've done this several times before. Chessie actually prefers to play that Warby's. He comes from that jungle background, being able to micro effectively. He loves playing the heroes, so probably see Chessie on Warby's just in the Suicide, and Kraken being played by Limp in that short lane, though. As far as Internet Gangsters, they got a minute of extra time, so still plenty here to make sure that they got a pick that they want. With that Warby, something like I go back to Pharaoh. I mean, maybe not the best against a hero like Kraken, but he is good against Tempest and Warby, so a Pharaoh option here wouldn't be out of the question, I don't think, from IG, but we'll see what they end up with. Obviously, they already do have Bubbles with that said, so maybe not as much of an option, but there's still Parasite on the board, too, if they want to go that jungle route, want to switch things up.
Yeah, that actually a very viable option to go Parasite and then try to shut down that Warbeast, especially with the way that you can take over Warbeast Wolves. And I don't know. I honestly think a Dr. Repulsor could be in the works here for the Internet Gangsters. But Stay Green, I mean, these guys, like you said, they know each other. They talk a lot. They know Doctor is a high-tier pick for IG. They got 5 seconds. There's the Doctor.
All right. I was going to say, if they're going to go Doctor, might wait to pick it up to the last pick, but yeah, they do take it here. So, that one. But so again, that goes back to this isn't. If this was a couple weeks ago, we'd be sitting here like, holy crap, Dr. Repulsor. But no, he's been seen quite a bit now, not only by IG, but a couple teams have been throwing him out there, and he definitely has potential to be that snowball carry. The snowball carry. You get him an early icon of the goddess, especially, and he can take off. Depending on how the game goes, though, well, I say that Grimoire or the icon build. You see they are right-clicking that Parasite still as well, so that definitely is not out of the question here as far as their final pick goes when it comes down to it. But Stay Green, they got about 10 seconds left here themselves. You figure Rally Pebbles is what I'm eyeing here. Yeah, they are going to go the Pebbles as far as that middle hero. And now IG to finish it. So Parasite, they could set up the lanes pretty well right there. They could go for a babysit for Dr. Repulsor as well. Or they even could get some Trilane presence as well, but we'll see. I mean, a Glacius here in a Luna. And even Andromeda actually good for countering the Tempest. That wouldn't be a bad pick here either, but also thinking about the Parasite, what is it going to be? It is going to be Parasite.
Yeah, nailed it, Breaky.
Got it.
Way to go. So the way the lanes are going to break down now, it's most likely going to be that Torture Pebbles mid. You're going to have Kraken in the short lane, and Warbeast up top. The Kraken and Warbeast can switch around if they need to. And I think the way that it works out, I mean, I think Dr. Repulsor will have a small advantage over Warbeast. Kraken should have a large advantage over Bubbles in the short lane, and then it's going to come down to mid, and it's going to come down to 3 things in the middle lane. It's going to come down to 1, who's there. I think it's going to be Torture Pebbles versus NG Prisoner. 2, it's going to come down to room control, and 3, participation of the junglers. And Parasite, of course, is that jungler that likes to get out there earlier, but it's also going to matter how many camps are blocked and where the warding position is.
Yeah.
So we got to keep an eye on this early stage as both teams are starting to roll out.
That they are. Definitely always important. We do see a pause coming out here to start things off from IG, it looks like. But yeah, the warding situation, as far as what we see here so far, again, nothing really looks too crazy. Both sides going more the defensive route here as far as going to their own lanes. Looks like Zibbe might be taking care of something here pretty shortly. So hopefully not too long. But yeah, when it comes down to it, the blocking of the camps, it doesn't seem like either side is really going to get the most effective blocks off, at least initially. We'll see if they maybe try to sneak in there and throw that out. But the lanes, it does look pretty self-explanatory from both of the teams. Again, the possibility of IG, maybe if they want to do some kind of an aggressive pseudo tri-lane, could have been possible, but I don't think that they're going to do that. Doctor short, Engineer Prisoner mid with the Parasite their own jungle, and then, of course, Bubbles in that Suicide is what we'll most likely see. So again, Limp playing the Kraken, but don't let that fool you. He's most likely going to be in that short lane. Warbeast in that long lane, as Chessie's playing it, as we talked about. So, and there you go. Again, this is pull up the brackets here real quickly. This is to determine who plays too much sugar in the following round, and then the loser. So that means the loser of this one will then play Fade to Black.
Fade to Black.
Yeah. So
Fade to Black.
Okay, so it's going to be Lions versus Justice League up there.
And, of course, that'll be both of those matches starting at 12 EDT 1800 tomorrow. So that'll be our one overlapping match for the week is going to be the Losers Bracket round of 4. So both Honcast and Colecast will be covering those. And then, of course, the Losers semifinals coming up immediately after. And, of course, those will be right here on Honcast. So, Breaky, I mean, Still a lot more matches to go here in the SoundBlaster Heroes League, and I'm telling you, I've gone from like super stressed and worried about this event and just working really long hours to like finally like yesterday everything was kind of done, and now I can just kind of sit back and cast a little bit, not really have to worry about like Southeast Asian teams and like crazy schedules over there, and not really worry about people missing their games, not worrying about graphics. I can just cast, do interviews, and just enjoy the freaking tournament, Breaky. Such a good teams games. Yeah. Excited.
We got 6 teams remaining now going into today. We'll still have 6 teams after today, but tomorrow obviously we get down even to the top 4, and that's where the money stage is going into the weekend. So yeah, it really is. I mean, it definitely, not only yesterday, but obviously the earlier series that we had, especially that game 3 out finished. I mean, this tournament is really, really picking up to be one of the better tournaments we've had in a long, long time. I mean, that is, with that said, though, coming off, Cycle 3 obviously stands out of Haunter Season 2. That happened fairly recently, too. But just Haunt in general, the competitive scene, obviously this tournament amongst several others that are popping up, are just good to see. We got the death matches coming up for the DreamHack Winter 2013 event, of course. So that's another huge thing to look forward to. And I can't wait to see which 3 teams are going to be winning that and moving on. So both of these teams, in fact, will stay green. Obviously, they already auto-qualified, got invited to DreamHack. But IG, they're going to be playing Team Excellent on one of those 3 days in the following week to determine which of those 2 teams in a best-of-5 series is going to be going. And again, IG going 6-0 in the group stages. Team Excellent hasn't been looking as strong lately, so you'd have to lean towards IG, but who knows what can happen there in that series. So, and then of course TMSR versus Justice League, and then Lions versus Absolute Legends is are the 3 best out of 5s that are happening for the deathmatch stages there. So apparently finishing the cooking here. Zibe, I guess they're good, but I guess Stay Green still needs just a quick break, and then hopefully we should be good to go for game number 2.
We got to get this one started, Breaky. I'm going to throw the rule book at these guys here in a second.
Do it.
We did it yesterday. Oh, man. I got to say, I'm really looking forward to this Insania Parasite. I know he's been playing this one a lot in TMM and practice and loves the ability to get aggressive right here. So really looking forward to the action that he might be able to create. And I think it is going to be a Suicide Kraken as well, just because Warbeast didn't go... I don't know. It's kind of all over the place. Warbeast didn't go a shield, which really concerns me going up against Dr. Repulsor or a Bubbles. Like, I just think it's kind of weird.
That is true, yeah. He went the Guardian Ring with the Region on top. I mean, he did get pulled the health potion, so maybe not as much of a concern. And he can use those Hellhounds to kind of farm for him, too, so he doesn't need to be right next to the creep wave some of the times. But that is true. Noticing that he doesn't have the shield there. But... I still think he's going to end up being that suicide in the end.
Yeah, I think so as well. It's just going to be weird.
Doctor's range isn't the best either. It's only 500, so.
It always seems smaller than 500.
It does, I agree. Yeah, I actually looked at it. I thought it was going to be smaller, but.
I thought, it feels like it's like 400 or something, because, I mean, Engineer is 550. Like, 50 units is like nothing. So it's just kind of weird. I think the attack animation has something to do with that in that case. But in either way, looks like we are going to be getting into this. Neither team going to be blocking out the jungles. And here's the wards. Very similar wards on opposite sides of the river. Oh, Breaky, this one's going in rather even.
Yeah, it certainly is. So both junglers not going to have to worry about the blocks here to start things off, of course. And sure enough, okay, so yeah, the lanes. Oh, actually, what is Stay Green doing? They are sending the Torturer Pebbles top. They're going to have Warbeast mid, so a little bit more explanation there as far as what we're going to be seeing here. That makes a little more sense. Not going the shield, yeah, so you picked up on that. Well played, well played. They are going to be setting a mid, so they're going the aggressive dual lane top.
I love it.
Yeah?
I love it. It's the same way as if like a Dampier, somebody, or a Sandwraith, somebody that you want to protect their short lane farm. And Engineer's here, but it's Engineer Dr. Repulsor against Torturer Pebbles. Torturer is going to put out so much damage if they run anywhere away from these creeps. This Impalement's going to do tons of work. And being that they're going to be getting dual lane experience here, Dr. Repulsor is not going to hit 6 fast enough, which his vulnerable state is that point until he hits 6. They've already lost lane control here as well because of a Warbeast pull or something. I'm not even sure why they lost lane control, but they did. That's for damn sure. And this is looking abysmal for Internet Gangsters right away.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I will say, having Parasite obviously up here
Yep.
can definitely help the Hellborn side. In fact, where the hell is Parasite? I always hate this. Okay, there he is. He has a Vagabond currently. So getting especially something like level 2, even a level 3 mark, and then setting up a gank is very possible from IG. So that's where it's a little bit risky from Stay Green. I mean, they know they're basically going up against the pseudo tri-lane here at this top side. They do, of course, have this camp blocked right next to the lane camp, really. So that's where they obviously prepared for that. But so far, I mean, Parasite is level 3. It doesn't look like he's even going for ganks. He actually picks up a Vagabond right here. He's going to go for the 2-minute ruin. No, he's going to go to the top lane. He's going to go around. I don't believe this ward can see into the river, so I don't think they should be able to see him coming, but the lane's already pushed up to the point where they're falling back anyway, so gank not going to be successful, and instead he'll fall back into the lane for now, or into the jungle for now, I should say. But
Insania will fall behind substantially if he cannot get kills. Every time that he tries to get one and fails, he's going to fall behind when in comparison to the Tempest. And all of this comes down to the lane position here from Dr. Repulsor. He harasses by dropping his AoE spells, the Magnetic Contraption and the Electric Frenzy here. And every time he does that, he pushes the lane. You push the lane, Parasite can't gank for you. So this is just... Internet Gangsters have been a little bit outlaned. Nice thinking coming out of Stay Green. Now, these other lanes, Breaky, you currently got the Warby sitting in mid. He's on 15-0, whereas Prisoner's at 15-2, so even matchup there. And bottom lane, Kraken at 15-4, Bubbles at 6-1, dominating there. So Stay Green, they're looking good all over.
I will say the middle matchup is slightly in favor of Prisoner, actually, because that is a little bit skewed. Warbies did go to the jungle, both of the yellow camp as well as the other camp. They're going to go for the burst right here on the Warbies. In comes a Vagabond with the mana burn. Leech going to be applied. It's a level 2 Leech. Is this going to be enough? It doesn't look like it. Chessie is going to be able to survive, and he uses the regen. It will be fine. So he has that Ring of the Teacher already, mitigating a little bit of damage right there. So, yeah, not enough for the kill. Now, Parasite is just going to be able to go into the jungle, though, and he'll be able to take over Minotaur here and continue farming with that at least. But good job surviving by Chessie, and so still no bloodless go. But yeah,
again, he's gonna go for Poor Beast again.
Is he? Yeah, I mean, he finds him, but there's no way. He's just too far out. Actually, Hook? No, Prisoner just out of range. Wasn't gonna work. Decides not to go for it.
Does indeed. Now I will say, bottom lane, Bubbles has been putting a ton of harassment on the Kraken. Kraken just had to fly out some additional regen here, and I'm going to be really interested to see if he actually chooses to go a life tube early on, or if he will just stick with the traditional bottle here on Kraken. The short lane bottle Kraken is not necessarily as effective as the suicide bottle, so I kind of think that he might try to go for a life tube here momentarily, and I wouldn't have a problem with that. Steam Boots, of course, as well as a bottle, giving him more roaming options, but we'll have to see. Up top, Pebbles' farm is currently only at 12-3.
Yeah.
So he's not finding the most farm, and he's actually in a little bit of trouble right here. Oh, that was a terrible turret sender. Oh, okay.
But actually, Prisoner's like, I got this, don't worry. Pulls in Torture. Torture goes down. Kexta connects on a Pebbles. Hasted Prisoner chasing. Pebbles choosing to go back in and fight right there. It is going to cost him his life, but Belly gets the double tap when it's all said and done. So, yeah, it wasn't the prettiest to start there. Yeah, the turret placement not the best, but it didn't matter. The Hasted Prisoner comes in and helps clean up right there. Huge double tap to start now for IG.
If that was Moon Meander, he would say that was 100% calculated.
Yeah.
Intentionally missing a Tempest ultimate to activate a refresher. It's the same thing right there.
Yeah.
You throw down the turret and you're like, okay, we're in a better position to fight now because that was an awful turret. And then you get double tap. So brilliant moves out of IG right there. Get the very nice start now for Dr. Repulsor as he finishes up Steam Boots. Steam Boots on top of the Amulet of the Exile that he had just had delivered. Pebbles is sitting on red boots, no regen. Pebbles probably needs to rotate out of this lane. His time of farming up here is going to be coming to a close very soon, and Parasite's actually going to open here in just a moment with a Wild Hunter breaky.
Yeah, this is dangerous. That's their chance right there. Yep, he pushed up. Will they capitalize? No, they were a second late. They needed to go as soon as he pushed up into the lane. They were a little bit late to react. And Pebbles is going to be fine. But, yeah, I mean, you look back at actually bottom lane now. Bubbles is up trouble. The shots are not in time. He got stunned by the Tsunami charge. Well timed there by Lips. Tempest comes in. He does get the assist, but that was pretty much all Kraken there when it's all said and done. Just well played on his part. Gets the cone of Bubbles. and now they're going to push. So that's obviously looking good now for Staker on this bottom side. He does get the life tube, by the way, to answer that question. But, yeah, this top match, as good as the lanes maybe were as far as the idea goes, as you even said, going into it before those kills happened, I mean, Pebbles farm wasn't actually good, and it's still not really that great. So you have a really under-farmed Pebbles here at the top side of the map compared to a Dr. Repulsor who, his farm wasn't the best either until those 2 kills happened. And now it's like, okay, now he's at nearly 400 GPM, obviously helping big time. So, yeah, changing something up here for Stake Green, definitely something needs to happen because, yeah, Pebbles is just going to continue to really start going to look like they might be making a move soon here because he's just hugging the tower at this point. So he's been delivered a bottle, it looks like, finally, but yeah, they cannot just have him going back to the top lane. Warbeast is level 6 in the meantime. How's Warbeast been doing at least? Even his farm hasn't been the best either. It's only at 230 right now, and that's with no death. I mean, Prisoner just doing a much better job at nearly 350 GPM. So other than the bottom lane, it's definitely going well for IG. But with that said,
speaking of bottom lane, they're going to try to get Kraken right now. Good charge from Kraken, though, and he is going to be just fine. So I like the decision right now to start putting pressure on this tower. What I'd like to see is Torture moving into the bottom lane, making sure to stack out the pull camp right here, and then taking down the tower, rotating Pebbles bottom to get that farm. But Tempest is going to continue killing this pole camp, which means when they inevitably push this tower right now, they're not going to see this bottom lane for forever. Zibby will static farm this lane for the next 10 minutes to get Steam Boots and a portal key. And Kraken's in trouble.
There's the pull, and Prison Break comes out and does pull him back in. Zergo gets credit. So, yeah, the hook hit initially. Shackle applied, gets the kill. Top lane, Pebbles now in trouble. Parasite comes out of the Catman champion. The auto attacks are going to be enough. You see Dr. Pulsar's level 6 now as well. Engineer in the background. He's in a little bit of trouble. Dr. Pulsar level 6, but not really enough mana to chase. Engineer's kind of just kiting them right here. Sender, knowing he's dead, basically accepting death, just taking them as long as possible to do so. Well, still an exchange that IG is feeling good about when it's all said and done. Because now you have a Dr. Pulsar. He has passed that 400 GPM mark. He has another 1,000 gold saved up. And even more importantly, though, Pebbles is just continuing to get locked down. He's not even at 200 GPM here. And he does port bottom lane. So, yeah, they're finally like, okay, we need to get farm on Pebbles. Let's get him to a place where he's going to at least get some good farm. And that is the bottom lane for now. So
they need a lane ward up here really bad for Pebbles right now because he's in an extremely vulnerable position. Prisoner is showing middle lane at least, so that's going to make him in a little bit better of a spot. But between a Wild Hunter Parasite and a Doctor Repulsor, Pebbles needs that lane ward. Probably some Rev wards even, but Parasite's in some trouble. He's got a infest, but it's not going to be coming up in time. So, good kill on the Parasite.
Yeah, they found him. He was kind of roaming around. They did get a ward of sight down over here. That's actually been placed there for a little bit now, but you saw the Legion team was obviously able to react to it and pick off Parasite. So, yeah, just caught Insania a little bit too aggressive right there. And speaking of that, I mean, Insania start hasn't been the brightest either. He is 0-1-1 now, only 213 gold per minute. Pull attempt. Oh, just misses Kraken. He hit that right there. You apply the shackles, he can Asanami charge. They could have done the burst damage, but he is able to avoid it, so Limp going to be fine. And the more time you waste not getting kills like that, Pebbles just continues to free farm now the bottom lane, and he will start to recover, especially with those glowing red hands, which actually Battlecry is level 4 now. So, yeah, Jesse deciding to maximize that first as far as his skill build goes. And he's actually well on his way to his Abyssal Skull, too, as he's got the Steam at the top of that bottom lane. Torture, though, in some trouble. Galfield is going to be used. Will that even be enough, though? He's actually going to survive it now. Parasite getting turned on by Pebbles. And Parasite's going to fall. The Song of the Sea, not enough. He couldn't hit it.
Oh, no.
I think it just missed. And that's a 1-for-0 exchange. A kill attempt trying to kill just a support Torturer.
Yeah, that was really good rotation out of Stay Green. And a nice job eating a tree there from Torture to get into a position where he would not normally be in. And Bubbles misses the Song of the Sea, so Tort gets kind of caught out trying to get the lane ward down, but in the end they turned it around on the kill to Insania. So Insania is really having a rough time. The other farmers on his team are doing well between this Dr. Repulsor and the Prisoner, but Bubbles and Parasite, these are the real action makers here at this point in the game, and neither of them are having great starts.
Yeah. So it's kind of... It's almost looking like game number 1 in that sense. I mean, you had the Puppet Master. He was just getting great farm. Fabelli Planet, this game, same story now. You look at the build he is going for. He actually gets the Glowstone here. So he is going to be going the Icon of the Goddess. And you know, it makes sense. I mean, you do look at their overall makeup. This is a very aggressive potential team, so he wants to try to snowball with that. It does make sense. But that is kind of that all-in more so item of we need to win now this early into mid-game stage, or else it's just going to snowball in Stay Green's favor from there. So we'll see if it works out for them, but
maybe. I think that Sender said it really well when I was actually casting with him this weekend, that the Icon of the Goddess just kind of gives you everything that you're actually looking for here on Dr. Repulsor. It gives you a little bit of tanking ability, and then it gives you a pretty large amount of mana regen. And then, of course, it's a percentage-based mana regen as well, rather than just straight 4 mana regen on something like Grimoire. Doctor needs percentage-based mana regen. As, Prisoner in trouble mid.
Yeah, Prisoner. Yeah, I was going to say, that was being set up the whole time. Now, can they counter that? Prison Break is applied. Release the Kraken, not going to be out. The Prison Break does done. Here comes the Countfield. Dr. Repulsor comes and pulls him in. The Tempest ultimate, though, to stop Dr. Repulsor in his tracks. Down goes Prisoner. Doctor's still up. He wants to kill. He's going to have to go away. Bubbles does finish off Kraken, but at what cost right here? Sammy's going to get bursted down. Take cover comes out. It doesn't matter in the end. Okay, yeah, he will eventually fall. Energy Float is put down from Center. Center tried to come in to save him. Hellhound's going to die before he can finish him off, and it looks like that'll be the end. Doctor did eventually get picked, by the way, when it's all said and done, too. So, again, that started Prisoner thought he was by himself with Kraken. Tempest was nearby with an Invis Rune, though. He somehow managed to survive by some turnaround time, but obviously it worked out better for Stay Green in the end.
Most certainly did, and I gotta say that without either Parasite or Pebbles there, Parasite probably should have been there. Like, Pebbles needs to get his recovery farm on. Parasite was in the jungle, like at the hard camp in the Hellborn side, and I think that he should have been able to rotate within that time to at least get a counter pick onto either the Warbeast or even the Tempest, but wasn't quite able to get there. The internet gangsters are starting to fall further and further behind. Pebbles has already recovered to 300 gold per minute and is now just about 2-3 minutes maybe away from Portal Key. And the internet gangsters they're starting to fall apart maybe.
Yeah. A little bit. And again, it keeps going back to just reminding me a little bit of last game. Even worse, though, honestly. I mean, Puppet Master is one thing. Sure, I mean, Dr. Pulsar, again, he has snowball potential. So I guess in that sense, maybe a little earlier on, sure. But where I'm getting at is that you look at the lead, and it's not as significant as it was even last game in terms of Dr. Pulsar's firing creator Puppet Master was. So they still have chance. Sure, they still have a good chance. I mean, Prisoner, he actually pulls in Kraken right there, but Kraken just a quick tsunami charge away, and he's going to be fine. But they definitely need some good things to come together, and for yet again those mistakes to happen by Stay Green. Again, this is a team that does not make many. Thus why they are the #1 team out there right now. So Tempest, he has another 1,600 gold saved up. He's got the ring and the steam boots. He might just be passing up the Astrolabe at this point to go for either that Portal Key or even straight into a Shrunken Head here. Would not be out of the question. You do have Dr. Repulsor. He's actually going back to base currently. He has enough for the Icon now, so
yeah,
he's going to be fine here.
When you're talking about Stay Green's items over here, you need to be considering the timing window for this Internet Gangsters team. They know that it is a Icon of the Goddess. They know that Prisoner has not picked anything up in a while. It's going to be a Portal Key most likely on Prisoner. So Tempest needs to get something that's going to allow them to fight now. And Astrolabe definitely going to go ahead and take care of that. Kraken with the helm of the Black Legion himself. I like these item choices. They're item choices that are going to allow them to combat now, because if they survive, if Stay Green survives the next 10 minutes of the game without giving up this lead, and even if they give up the lead without allowing it to become a gigantic snowballing lead, they should be able to take this game into the later stages.
Yeah.
So you got to do something that's going to allow you to survive that point. And items like this Helm of the Black Legion and Astrolabe do just that.
Yep, exactly. So Stay Green again, they definitely know what to build when. That shows time and time again. Dr. Repulsor now back to the top lane here. And he's going to use that icon of the Goddess as more of a farming tool. What's up?
Helm of the Black Legion was just picked up on Prisoner rather than a Portal Key.
They just bought that in full, huh?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this one. They're going to try to set up a defense here in the middle lane. Warbeast Wolf did scout out Prisoner, and this tower is going to go down. Prisoner going to throw out a hook. Catches the Hellhound.
They were ready, yeah. they saw that coming the whole way. They split up. Engineer gets caught out. He gets the energy field down, and actually, when they're able to turn this, Dr. Pulsar flies in. Tempest being locked down. Tempest need to be careful, though. The Tempest ultimate catches them all. That's what they were going for. Release the Kraken comes out, and down goes everyone on IG. Prisoner 945 the sole survivor. He got off the prison break, but it doesn't matter. He goes down. It looks like he actually got a double tap, but again, it just doesn't matter. Tempest already did his job. Parasite flies in. He's going to end up being maybe. Oh, no, he will be fine. Kraken, not enough mana for a torrent right there.
Pebbles punch.
Pebbles punch comes out and gets the kill. So the Wombo combo comes together for Stay Green. Genocide coming out. Again, Engineer just got caught off into the trees right there. IG tried to force a fight in the end, but they got too clumped up right there. Tempest backfired on them. And actually, Engineer, yeah.
This is falling apart for the Internet Gangsters. They've lost focus of this game. There's going to be another TP coming in right now. They might be able to pick Pebbles because one of these is Doctor. They're going to go for Kraken instead, the tankier target and probably the less valuable of the two. So, but they should be able to get this one. Going to use the electric contraptions to slow them on down right there in the electric frenzies. So, should be able to get him. One more TP going to come in from Parasite with Leech, and he will go down. So that's always nice. Dr. Pulse are going to get a ton of regen from that Gift of the Goddess as well. Okay. But in any case, I mean, IG, they needed to go into this portion of the game with pretty much even or at worst a small disadvantage. This is a massive disadvantage now, and it's going to require some miracles if they do actually make it out of this part of the game.
You know, I don't even know if Warbeast was there, honestly. I'm trying to remember. I think, yeah, I think it was. Now I actually think about it. But anyways, speaking of Warbeast, another 3,400 gold on him. So he's got that shrunken head probably going to be coming out here in the very near future. Another fight coming. We're only 17+ minutes into this game. This is a 450 GPM Warbeast right here. So Jesse's definitely found the farm for him. We do have, in the meantime, actually initiation. Parasite runs into Tempest right there. Pebbles, so he actually just takes out Xibby in the meantime. With that nice double damage rune of his, and well, the Ballista's going to be taking over. Parasite, what's down here? Oh, jeez.
That's a big release, the Kraken ultimate. Engineer going to go down. Prisoner likely going to be following immediately. There's the Chuck in the double damage Pebbles punch. Double tap for Pebbles. So remember when Pebbles was like 170 gold per minute suffering in the top lane?
Yeah, not so much.
Yeah, he doesn't remember those days. Those are gone.
That was his childhood. He's now grown up. He's all grown up here. Yeah, this is quickly falling out of hand here for IG. Not only, I mean, the golden experience is one thing, but it's just the team makeup too. It's just, yeah, this is more of a, we wanted to get stuff done, especially with the item builds here. It didn't happen. You see Stay Green now. It's all coming together. Shrunken Head's going to be finished on Warbeast. Actually, Metamorphosis, he is going to run away right here. Parasite kind of chasing, but really can't even get in range in the end. And Warbeast, again, going to be fine. So they get the top tower kill. Shrunken Head being worked on by Tempest. You have Kraken now with the Soul's Bulwark picked up. Pebbles, another 1,600 gold farm. And they're just going to keep going on this top tower. You have actually Pebbles cleaning out in the background. He has a haste rune bottled up, so he's feeling pretty good about running away if need be, but not even necessary. Easy tower kill. And now Stay Green will fall back. So 12.5 thousand gold lead, 14,000 experience lead in favor of Stay Green right now. Internet Gangsters, one last hope really at this point. I don't even know what that is, but one last hope. One last hope. One last fight, really.
One last hope. Hope that one of the two houses goes dark. One of the two brothers' houses just falls off the map right now. Maybe gets hit by some kind of a gas attack, or I don't even know, man. If things keep going the way they're going, though, Stay Green on their way to a winner's bracket finals. And, of course, into that top 3 position minimum. We shall see. It looks like Pebbles is going to activate that haste. He's on the hunt. Doctor's going in.
Doctor wants something. Nice juke right there on the chain reactions. Pull in right there. Tempest going to fall right off the pad. So that's a pretty good start here for the Hellborn team. Tempest did have his ultimate. Bubbles in the background. Song of the Sea. He's being chased back, though. Warbeast overstepping a little bit. He falls back over. So far, it's a 2-for-1 exchange. Engineer and Bubbles are dead. IG, though, it is going to be enough to scare off Stay Green in the end from pushing it too much further. So, they got a good pick to start, but it did cost them 2 cats, and you cannot be exchanging more than one hero when you're already down by so much if you're IG. So, still a 1 fight in the end, I think, for Stay Green, but at least a little bit of fight there from IG showing. Dr. Pulser's pick potential.
Really, really nice pick onto the Tempest, but wasn't enough. The follow-up was a little bit misplaced, and of course Warbeast Shrunken Head running around killing everybody inside of the energy field, so that's less than ideal. Bubbles, once again, kind of overextending. thinking that he might have been able to get some additional picks or maybe set something up for his team, but didn't quite work out. In any case, looks like okay, well, kill on the engineer. See you, Sender.
That's what happens when you're counter-warding. Well, that's obvious. They can see you. So, yeah, stood his ground, and yeah, I think he actually did get the ward eventually, but in the end, you know, got easily picked off. So, well played there by Swinamel's, able to find him in the jungle. He has another 3,300 gold himself. Codex finally finished on Parasite. That is a very late Codex, and it kind of makes you wonder if it's even worth it at this point. Pebbles is going to be jumped here. And yeah, Pebbles just used his Chuck at least. He will throw a stalagmite, and he's going to live for now. Dr. Pulse are chasing, though. Will it be enough? Team support kind of nearby. Yeah, they cannot. No more mana on Doctor. Oh, jeez. Can't. I mean, that was just a Pebbles throwing himself into them, basically, and they couldn't even capitalize.
Yeah.
So far behind here.
Tanky enough, and Doctor plus Bubbles just don't have the damage output at this point. Doctor probably needs... to catch up, he's going to need another 15 minutes or so, probably, of farming. Get something like a Hellflower and then another item maybe like that Shrunken Head before he can actually get in there and battle. And even at that point, you're never going to be able to beat this Warbeast as a Doctor Repulsor. Never in a one-on-one. And I don't know. It's really looking grim here. But for the Internet Gangsters, they know this is their final shot in the winner's bracket. Their final shot of securing top 3. And if you don't have to drop into the loser's bracket, well, that would be ideal, and they're going to fight out for every last hope.
They are. They certainly are. IG really wants that chance, but again, it's just that window's it's a very thin opening now, if any, at this point, as far as them having the chance. So their Ancients just going to be stolen. These are double stack Ancients, even it looks like. Going to be stolen from right underneath them, so Stay Green, even more of a resource swing coming out, and you look across the board, Brutalizer finished by Warby. Shrunken Head has to be finished by Tempest by now. I feel like he's been sitting on those items in some great farm for a while now. But anyways, they get the bottom tower kill, and also Shrunken Head coming up for Pebbles here on top of all that. So bottom tower kill, that is all outer towers have now been destroyed by Stay Green. So they're going to knock on the door right here. I don't know if they're going to try to break through just yet. There's the point of Warbeast, actually. We'll go Metamorphosis. So he's going to fight this out. Look at him. He turns on an Engineer. Oh, man. That Engineer just drops. His team's like, don't worry. You got it. Oh, jeez. That's a farmed Warbeast.
A 600 gold per minute Warbeast is probably the most terrifying hero in the game, at least in my opinion. Like, there's just not a whole lot that can stop him unless you've got a team specifically designed to kite the living hell out of him. And I don't know, man. It's pretty terrifying. And for IG, they're going to go ahead and try for some kind of crazy strategy up here in the top lane, it looks like. Maybe try to pick off Kraken. But even if they bring 3 or 4 players, I don't know if they can even bring this Narwhal down.
Well, the Narwhal's already turned around, and actually Dr. Pulsar will fly in. There's the burst. Can they take him down? He is silenced currently. Release our Tsunami Charge. Nope, couldn't get it off in time. Okay. They do. Kelfield comes in at the last second.
Nice.
Sandy actually gets the kill right there. So I think that actually Kelfield was even late. So, but they just really wanted to make sure that they got the kill, which they did. And actually middle lane, Pebbles is dropping. He pulls him in with the prison break. I don't think it's going to be enough though.
No.
He's going to be fine. Oh, and actually Insanity gets picked up here. Bubble trying to go for the counter on Z-Freak. He wants revenge. Will he get it? It looks like very likely. Torture just standing his ground. Yes. They will pick him off. But now that might come at a cost. Bubbles is going to be found. No more mana on Pebbles, though. And he's going to be able to shell surf. Oof, not having mana on Pebbles. That was a difference maker there.
Oh, my God. He doesn't have a portal key. By the way, Warbeast is going deep into the base.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
Dude, he's doing base things.
No big deal. He just picks off Prisoner in the base, and he'll run away. in ulti form still. That's what he does. That's what he can do. And this is...
Warbeast, yeah. I think he needs a Restoration Stone. I think that's the new meta. Because, I mean, when is... Okay, think about a 5-slotted Warbeast, and think how terrifying that is. Then you drop the 6th slot as a Restoration Stone. What's Warbeast's vulnerability, Breaky, when his Shrunken Head and his ultimate are down?
Yeah.
You go again, and it's only like a 30-second cooldown or something on the Restoration Stone. That one's for free. Stay Green and anybody else that likes to use Warbeast. Yeah. Oh, they're going to grab Engineer.
Oh, or is he?
Never mind.
Nope. Tempest going to get turned. Nope, maybe. Astrolabe. Oh, my God, he's juking.
Hot streak.
The belly will take him out. So, yeah, that was Tempest found Engineer alone, but actually was not able to do enough in the end. Didn't have his minions right there to help. So I'm kind of giving them a kill in a sense, and you know, you still got a crazy lead going, so not the biggest deal in the world, but don't want to do too many of those to really keep IG in the game, because it could be possible. Dr. Repulsor, by the way, I mean, I wonder if he has a second Arcana. I want to say he does have a second Arcana already, so he's got to be very close to that Hellfire now. And he's going to clean up the Ancients right here to maybe finish it off. We'll see. Gets that. A lot more pick potential, but, you know, you got Kraken and Warbeast and even Pebbles. They're really bulky heroes here. Even Tempest at 1,500 life, and he's going to have a Shrunken Head here shortly if he doesn't already when he resurrects. As it's just 2 Arcanas. Okay, wow, so he even needs 1 more now. There's been no buybacks used either. A little bit surprising, but I guess we are only 26 minutes in. But yeah, he still needs the 3rd Arcana. There's the Portal Key on Bubbles. Finally has that, but now a Shield Breaker just delivered to Warbeast. And that's a level 2 Shield Breaker already. So he was already 2-3 shotting some people, and now he's just going to be doing it even quicker. Even more damage potential coming out from him. And I got to think that Demonic Breastplate, yeah, he has a Warp left already, so Limp is finishing that Demonic Breastplate shortly as well. Well, there you go. Finishes it right there. Portal Key just picked up by Prisoner, so they do have extra initiation now. And actually, they're looking for a chance here middle lane, perhaps. Nope. Yeah,
it looked like there was a distinct possibility, but they weren't sure which Pebbles was real, and then weren't sure where all the support was in either case. So looks like Stay Green's just going to go ahead and head on into the Convoy Pit. This guy will go down very, very quickly. Demonic just finished there, and I don't know, man. Shield Breaker's out as well. So Warbeast hitting pretty hard.
Yeah, that's an understatement, really. I mean, Shield Breaker, it's still even level 2, so he's going to have enough for level 3 after Conqueror, or will they get it? Actually, Prisoner jumps in. Prisoner comes out. Dr. Repulsor with the full-out release. The Kraken was used, though, and Dr. Repulsor is going to get turned as well as Prisoner. IG going all in right there. They knew that they really didn't have much of a chance. They tried to catch Stay Green. It didn't happen. And I think the GGs could very likely start coming out here shortly. They do not have buybacks. Conqueror goes down.
That was a definition of a death ball right there. Like, I couldn't tell what was going on in the middle of that team fight, but I just saw a bunch of green health bars rolling around, and every time they came anywhere near a red health bar, the red health bar was gone. Like, it was actually just 1Aing around and just kind of killing everything. So, Stay Green, gonna go ahead and take down the towers right here. The Rack's gonna be shortly there to follow, and we're really just waiting for IG to compose themselves, type those 2 little letters that we all expect. And gonna go ahead and wrap things up for the day, Breaky. Stay Green. I mean, they're gonna go ahead and take this one.
That's it. IG says maybe not. Maybe, I mean, they are gonna resurrect right here. They're gonna fight at the well, basically. But oh, there's a beautiful pull. It gets several, but they will kill Pebbles. You see in the end, though, everyone else still alive. Warbeast tearing them up left and right. Oh my God, so much damage on a Parasite. Warbeast is gonna fall. He has a token though. And there you go. The GG well plays. They're just having fun with it at the end. But Stay Green, it is official. They do take the series 2-0. And again, that means they're going to be moving on to the winner bracket finals. So congratulations to Stay Green. Obviously feeling pretty good. They're going to be playing Too Much Sugar in the final round there of the winner bracket, at least, to see who goes to the grand finals. And as you talked about, just to stress on that real quickly, too, the grand finals, it will be a straight-up best out of 5. So, you know, it definitely helps getting there for the winners bracket just because it's not as many matches, sure, but it is a straight-up best out of 5 in that grand finals. But still, you're guaranteeing yourself at least top 3 here if you're Stay Green and Too Much Sugar. So congratulations to both of those teams for that matter. And they're moving on. But for IG, as well as Lions, they're obviously still alive. They're still hanging on there, and they're just going to be in the losers bracket now. But now those matchups are also going to be set up here, Beef. So we got another busy day ahead of us tomorrow. So some good matchups coming at us. Looking forward to it, man.
I am as well. I think the one that most people are going to be looking forward to is that Justice League versus Lions match. Justice League definitely had an epic comeback. Lions getting knocked down off the pedestal a little bit right there. Maybe this is going to be a little bit of a wake-up call for them. Yeah. So definitely looking forward to moving forward with this one. And, of course, that's going to be starting tomorrow, 12 p.m. EDT, 1800 CEST on both Honcast and Colcast.
That is. Yeah, we're going to be covering, looks like according to the schedule at least, so we'll be covering the Lions versus Justice League over here. And so you got Fade to Black versus Stay Green over there on Coldcast. So again, both series going to be covered. I'm actually trying to update it right now so I can show you guys.
Yeah.
Looks like, okay, should be going through here. So that's going to be coming up tomorrow, obviously. And as you mentioned with those times, so here we go. Let me just refresh here. Okay, should be good. There we go. All right. So, yeah, those are the two matchups, and then that leads into the loser semis, as you were talking about. So the winner of each of those series will then play in the following match as well. So, again, it's as expected. We got a fun event here. It really is picking up steam as we're moving along now. You're having fun, Beef. I'm having fun, Beef. I know the viewers are having a lot of fun, and I'm sure the teams are, especially the ones that are remaining, are still having a lot of fun. But there's still some good money. There's a lot of good money on the line. $15,000 prize pool ultimately on the line here. Top 4 teams get a piece of that prize pool. One team will go away with $7,500 of it in the end, thanks to SoundBlaster here. So what a time it's going to be. I guess that is going to basically wrap it up, though, here for today, though, Beef. Any other final thoughts here before we do move on?
Oh man, I don't know, Breaky. Like, there's a lot of good stuff coming out of the Han scene right now. I just got to give a shout out to all the viewers, of course, for tuning in. We've had 28 days of Han. We're not done with it yet here. 28 days of Han here in Hantober, and SoundBlaster Heroes League might be ramping up very soon here. But we still got 3 days left. Then, of course, the DreamHack qualifiers and whatnot. So, guys, big shout out to all of you for sticking around, tuning into these awesome